Hey, we back online? Someone give me a confirmation. Controller's working. Alright, we're back. Hey, check it out. It's working. So I mean, like, and what's crazy is that what'll happen, this will consistently happen, is the next time I restart the computer, it'll be half working, and I'll be able to get it to work by turning the thing off and on. And then on the second restart, it'll be fucked again, and I'll have to reinstall the software. And then on the restarting after that, it'll be okay. It's like this weird 3-step process that is very strangely consistent. It works this way like every time, and I don't know why. But, you know, I guess I'll take it. It's better than it not working at all. Alright, I think we're in business. Knock on wood. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I appreciate your patience. Now we can look at the controls, and you guys can help me. Ooh, what is this song? Beautiful. Wandering the Crystal Blue. Oh, this must be the water stage. What happened? I mean, I don't know. Something about restarting the computer kicked the Bluetooth into 12th gear, and now we're back in business. And again, I'll bet you any amount of money that if I turn it off and turn it back on again, it'll be broken, sort of. And then after that, it will definitely be broken. What a jam. But, alright, well, so we can start demoing now that that's out of the way, hopefully. The whole control scheme that I'm building out... Oh, I can open up the Illustrator file just to have it. I think I just click Photoshop. No, no, no. The control scheme is designed around modifier buttons, right? And I'm pretty stoked about what we've got working here. I've been messing with the Steam. All my suggestion really does multiply the amount of custom actor values you can have using those 10 by packing several values into each. That might work. You can put it on NPCs, I guess. So I understand that, Tor. So correct me if I'm wrong. You have, let's say, one of the custom actor values, right? And you're saying that we would utilize a subset of the possible, like the highest, like let's say that the actor values can have a value anywhere from 1 to 1,000,000, we'll just say arbitrarily. So your suggestion is using, let's say, the range between, you know, 99,000 and 100,000 as like an individual kind of actor value in that sense, right? I think I'm understanding it properly. Also, love this fucking song. This, I swear to God, this soundtrack does not miss. This is Order of Ecclesia, for anyone who's not familiar. We've listened to this quite a lot. Ugh. Scary. Also, Wash, thank you for the 2 months. I can't remember if I said that already. Okay. So we're in. And I can kind of show you guys. Let's see. Let's make sure that it's working properly. Oh, you know what? Well, it should still work. But I need a separate window. This is a limitation of Steam currently that I think is going to kind of change soon, because I think they're going to bring the Steam Deck interface over and replace Big Picture. But we need to go over here to Properties, Controller. Oh no, I think it's actually here. Manage Controller Layout. Boom. Okay. What? Give me my configs. Personal. Here we go. Apply. Sweet. Alright, so this is a series of, what, I can't make this any bigger than that? Guess not. This is a series of, I can't put it in the center either. Okay. Of controls that I've fucked with. If you've not used the Steam input API before, this will look like a lot of nonsense, but we're gonna adjust some stuff here and use this as a demonstration. So the basic idea is that you have 2 modifier buttons, but essentially 3. You have so it's the same basic concept, Tor, but perhaps achieved a different way, right? Well, so, but I guess then my question would be, from a technical perspective, I'm wondering how. Well, maybe. I mean, so one of the main reasons why I want to use actor values is because they work really well with what's called perk entry points, right? A perk entry point allows really, really easy scaling of effects based on actor values, right? So it sounds to me like this solution that you're talking about would be useful for using a subset of actor values as almost like like that as a skill approximation, which could still work. Yes, that is exactly correct. So for the exact purpose that I want actor values for, I think this would be tricky. However, I'm pretty sure it's still possible to condition effects based on specific actor values, which in this case, that would still work, right? It would just be, it would basically be what I'm doing with the factions right now, where, you know, if it's faction rank 1, additive this much more damage, faction rank 2, and so forth. Except for here you would swap 1 and 2 for whatever the, you know, the binary kind of result of the equation is that you're getting, if I understand correctly. Anyway, also, so I'll revisit that, but I think I understand. So the basic idea here, right, is that you have 3 separate control sets. The way that you, and I'm gonna we'll demonstrate some stuff here. So I'm gonna take D-pad down, and I'm gonna assign it to hotkey number 1, right? And then I'm going to, that's for layer left. For layer right, I'm going to take D-pad down, and I'm going to assign it to, what would be a good one to do? Something simple, something easy that just, here. That'll swap the camera, right? And then, for layer both, okay, I have the radial menu set up here still, right? Okay, that's fine, perfect. So then I can demonstrate kind of the power of this scenario. Hopefully that'll take. Let's see if it does it. Do I have anything favorited right now? I don't have anything favorited right now. Perfect. Okay, favorite, all of you. Just give me some spells as well. You, all 4. Whoops. Get out of here. Yeah. Also, this is like the default layout of the improved, or what is it, categorized favorites menu that I would like to use, but just consider that placeholder. So what we're going to do here for demonstration's sake, right, is set fire sparks. Sure, I'm going to set that to 1, and then this can kind of show you. So right now I'm holding left bumper, right? If I tap down on the D-pad, immediately I've got fire sparks, right? Double tap is going to make that dual cast, so it's really easy to do. If I hold right bumper and I hit down, it's going to switch camera angle because we set it right to that button. So that's pretty cool. These are arbitrary, by the way. And if we hold both at the same time, we get oh, you can't see the radial menu because I don't have big picture mode. Well, trust me when I say, here, we're just going to do this the right way. We're going to quit really fast. So this is one of the limitations, is that anything that relies on the Steam Input API, and I think this is going to change, but anything that relies on the Steam Input API is going to require you to be like, you need the overlay turned on. The easiest way to do that is just to be in big picture mode. Hey, what's up, Rick? How you doing? Where's big picture mode? Please. Why is everything... There we go. Thank God. Everything malfunctions when you go to stream. Okay. So, the purpose of that is basically to show you that with what I think is a pretty simple, intuitive system, we have 3 whole sets of buttons to play with, right? Almost the entire gamepad is available to us when holding any one of those 3 conditions. So that's a lot of fucking inputs that we can mess with, and I think it's really nice having these little modifier keys for, like, you know, things like hotkeys and whatever, because they're super easy to use. It's like extremely intuitive. Like, I've been playing with it in actual like gameplay and combat, and it just feels really nice being able to quickly switch to like a huge variety of things, and you can quickly put them in either one of your hands. You can like do all these other keyboard inputs with just like holding up a thing. Yo, what's up, Connor? It's really fucking rad. And then on top of that, you have what I wanted to show off there, the reason I had to restart the game. You have these really dope radial menus and other little Steam input API based thingies to play with that just really open up like a crazy amount of options for what we can do. Ooh. What version of... Is this Rhapsody of the Forsaken? I think it is. Yeah. Well, no, you wouldn't have to, is the idea. Right now, you can use a controller and also a keyboard and mouse. But I would prefer if you'd be able to use either, right? Like, either exclusively. You can use the keyboard, obviously, exclusively, or you can use a gamepad exclusively. Because right now, the gamepad, as it currently is implemented, you can use it, you know, for things that you enjoy using it for, but it can't do everything the keyboard can do. You were intended to use both together. So this is a way to get rid of that, right? So here you'll be able to see, at least for a little bit, sometimes it disappears, kind of what's happening if you do layer left, layer right, and so forth. Oh cool, it's still set that way. Yeah, it's stuck. So if I hold both at the same time, because what I'm doing is actually kind of crazy, I think. I've never seen anyone manage to do this with the Steam input API, and maybe someone has, but I've kind of scoured many different forums, and now there's like a Discord that I go to, and when I was asking for people for help on like how to do this, I got the impression that because this feature relies so much on action layers, I think, and that's like a relatively new part of the Steam input API, I think people just kind of use it for simple stuff, and this is like kind of bonkers. So if I hold down both my, what's it called, my shoulders, and that little thing in the middle you can turn off, by the way, just showing you what layer it is. So I get, going over what I find, even going over what it's insane, I just can't stop. Oh, jeez. Wait, what is it, Rick, you're talking about? Ah, gotcha. I mean, that's a lot, my friend. So here's I have just simple shit mapped here for testing purposes. So this is the Steam input radial menu, right? You can take you can configure it however you want. It's crazy actually how much control you have over it. I can show you if it lets me. Why is it not? Oh, is it because I have one open here, perhaps? No, not. No. Weird. Okay, well, I guess we're not gonna... It's strange. Everything's acting weird today. It's like it's going in and out. Whatever. I apparently can't open that up, but we don't really need to. What I was thinking about doing with this is basically having one of these modifiers would let you access a bunch of stuff like your hotkeys, right, and some other hotkey related stuff. And then another modifier would be for switching stuff like basically left bumper and right bumper. I want to be very much like you can use either one of these things in combat in any scenario, and it will feel intuitive. You are not, it shouldn't mess with like your default controls, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. But I wanted the left and right bumper, this is kind of like my current thinking, to function almost as like a utility set of controls, right? So this is where you would have things like menu access, you would have things like, you know, survival keys, anything that's not essential for like combat. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to use these really powerful radial menus, and when you use the radial menus, they obviously use your control sticks. So I want to avoid a scenario where, like, let's say I'm running and I'm fighting and I hit both of these and now I suddenly stop because the radial menus kick in because I'm already holding the controls, right? I don't know if any of this makes sense, but trust me when I say it does, like when you've been messing with it. So what I was thinking we could do, what is it, 117, is basically make a list of controls. I want to make a list of controls and then rank them based on, like, how important is this to, like, combat, to staying alive? Like, how often will I need to use this in a, you know, combat scenario? And if that's the case for those controls, like if you do need to use it in a combat scenario, we're going to find a place to map it on one of the two, the left bumper or right bumper exclusively, because that way we know that. And like, I have kind of design stipulations for these inputs, right? Like, I want to avoid things like holding down buttons for anything you're going to be using in combat. I don't like double taps. I don't like long presses. I guess it's the same thing as holding something down. Basically, the idea is that if this is an ability or a button or an input that is designed to be used in combat or in a high pressure situation, it needs to be a button tap. And I think that we can do that because of how many different options we have, right? And I don't know. I mean, we'll see. And then for something like the utility menu, I'm holding both, and that's like a little debug thing. This is another thing that I want. Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned this part. So this all sounds pretty complex. This is a lot of different inputs to kind of keep track of. One of the other things I wanted to do, and the reason why you see like stuff happening in the top right there, is that whoa, that's weird. What's going on there? Oh, because I'm pressing the thing. I wanted to ensure that I could get what's called pass-through for these inputs, because normally the way that the Steam Input API works is that it's basically like SKSE, if anyone's familiar. It hooks the inputs at a low level so that, let's say that, you know, I hit left bumper, my modifier key, to open up all my hotkeys or whatever. The game will not see a left bumper input at all. So normally left bumper is sprint, right? So that lets you sprint this way with left bumper. Normally when you're using this feature, the game would not detect that you're hitting left bumper at all. And the reason that's a problem for my purposes specifically is because I want to have a widget overlay that appears whenever you hit any one of these modifier keys. So you won't have to remember when anything does. The game will just show you. And so like a good example of that would be, let's say I hold left bumper, right? I believe, like, okay, let's say right bumper, because I'm playing left bumper to be the hotkeys. I hold right bumper, all the different face buttons now do a different thing, right? Like if you tap them, you're gonna get like a little widget, let's say, you know, here, just like a little button diagram being like, hey, if you press A right now, it'll do this. If you press B right now, it'll do that. And the second that you let go of the bumper, those things disappear, right? So the idea is you have an easy reference that is displayed specifically when you need it, never displayed when you don't, and it's not something that you have to manually reference, if that makes sense. I think that this kind of controls thing that we have in here, not like I'd get rid of it, but, because I mean, it's still, especially for like keyboard people, I think it's really useful, but it's not perfect because you have to reference this, like, manually. You have to go, oh, what's the button to do whatever I want to do? Like, oh, I can't remember, so I gotta like go and hit this button, and I gotta find the thing that I'm looking for, right? And then I go, oh, okay, I turn it off, and then I press it. I just feel like it'd be a lot better if all of these controls, if you just saw on screen, like, what button you needed to press to get whatever it is that you want. Does that make sense? And I thought that was a really important component. So That's why I needed the input pass-through. And I added that debug because I wanted to make sure that even, you know, as I do all the different modifiers, I press them each time, whatever, I wanted to make sure that the input goes all the way through, because that means that I can, through all the layers, I mean, that means that I can condition the widgets to behave how I want them to, and just guarantee that the player is seeing the correct controls for, you know, what they are trying to do. Does that make sense? Does what I'm saying make sense to all of you? It's really hard for me to tell because I'm so inside baseball and this stuff. I've been working on it for so long that it's like, you know, it would be very easy to fall into that mode where the stuff you're saying is actually super esoteric and confusing, but it makes sense to you because you've been working on it. Hopefully it makes sense. At the very least, the next part should, because it's pretty simple. We're going to make a spreadsheet. Everyone's favorite. Let's see here. Also, this is a jam. This one's called... Oh, excuse me. Oh, what the hell? What? Oh my god, pause myself. There we go. Wildlander development. Oh, I got a bunch of... Here, this is fine. Let's create a new spreadsheet. And we're going to call this control mapping. Sure, that'll do. Okay, Jesus, that's bright. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. The colors are going to be a little bit weird. That's okay. Oh god, that Captain Waffles. How am I? I'm pretty good. I'm chilling. Okay, we're going to call this input. No, we'll call it button. That's going to be confusing. Button. And then we're going to do... You will be... command, and then you will be priority, right? I'm gonna take you guys and center, bold, make it look nice and pretty. I have a newfound love for spreadsheets, to be honest with you. Priority does not need to be that big. It'll just be like a number. Command needs to be big. And button does not really need to be big either. That'll do for our purposes. Okay. Let's get a full layout here. I'm gonna make these fill color. There we go. And then here we've got... Alright, I'm gonna need you guys' help on this. I have the controller for reference, but make sure I don't miss anything, okay? We're gonna go A, B, X... No, not button. B, A, B, X, Y. We've got D-pad. Whoops. You know what? Maybe there's like a visualization tool for this. Hold on a second. Custom. I mean, we should still have the spreadsheet in parallel. Custom controller mapping tool. No, like visual tool. Gamepad viewer. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Like, do you know of any tools where it's like, imagine we can like kind of create our own controller mapping. Say custom controller inputs visual. I'm not, because I'm getting a bunch of stuff that are like tools for creating custom control inputs. Input display. No. Gamepad viewer. That's not what I'm looking for. Diagram tool. Controller templates. Okay. I mean, these are just images. Tool to create a gamepad. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Tool generate an image that explains the button of game. Organizing an event. Oh man. It's crazy to me that something like this does not exist. Come on. Well, maybe not. Gamepad, Game Maker, manual. Inputs. No, these are like design guidelines. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, Deadly Robot. Alright, well I guess there's not. I mean, there's hella like pictures like this. Like this is what I use to begin with, like to design the thing, right? X pattern. Well, okay, what is... So to be clear, I'm looking for a not a tool that will like get it like an online web tool that you can just like type in essentially what you see here, right? Something like that. In the same way that you find like a for instance, keyboard layout editor. Keyboard layout editor looks like this. This is actually what I use to build the, what's it called? Whoa. I'm always nervous if like some password or something is going to be there. Oh, I gotta verify. Well, whatever. You guys know the keyboard layout that I use in game. It's like just a little online tool that you can use to like fill out what shows up where, which would be really nice to have. I feel like oftentimes it's nice to be able to visualize things. At least for me, I feel like I'm a pretty visual learner, but oh well, that's okay. Let's say D-pad down. Down, say D-pad left, D-pad right. What else? We've got left stick move, left stick click, right stick move, right stick click. We've got start back. We've got left bumper, right bumper, left trigger, right trigger. What else? Am I missing anything? I feel like that's pretty comprehensive, right? X pattern requires an image of the controller. Oh, sure, Deadly Robot. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of inspiring a lot of additional stuff. I think this is everything. Additional features, you might say. Okay. I'm going to put these bumpers actually at the top. Well, yeah, right. Let's put all 4 of these at the top. So now we're going to make a duplicate of each of these, right? We're going to say all of you guys. Let's insert one above. No, don't insert 18 rows above. Insert 1 row above, and we're going to call this. I'm going to merge these cells. That's borders. Merge cells. And we're going to call this one no modifiers. Standard layout. And we're going to give this, what's a cute color? Yeah, so as a total non-controller, I got lost here. Controller, oh man. I mean, they're really, for something like Skyrim, I can't do like combat typically. I'm hoping maybe now I would be able to. But the idea here, and perhaps this is clear in my head but less clear to a viewer, the idea is that when you build out these flexibility tools for the controller, everything, all of the new features that the controller can utilize to make controls simpler and more intuitive and to keep you out of the menus, all of it can be utilized on the keyboard as well, right? So it's just, it improves everything is the idea. Yeah, the paddles are something that, yes, exactly. I wish I could use the paddles that are, like for instance, I have a Steam Deck now. It's got like the grip buttons, right, which are great for stuff like this. But unfortunately, I can't rely on, I can't assume that everyone has them. So And we're actually going to move this. Ah, that's fine, actually. Here. We're going to call this left bumper. And I'm thinking, so here's my kind of idea, right? I think that this one will be a hotkey. Just say, what's a better way to put this? Modifier. Say hotkey mode. I'm gonna call this mode instead. And then once more. No, sorry, 2 times more. So wow, you get 4 different layouts in the right bumper modifier. That one I don't know. We're gonna go question mark mode. Depends on what we use for it. And then once more here, say both bumpers. I was thinking this one would be like utility mode, right? We're gonna give these different colors. This one can be green, light green. This one can be purple. Whoops, what did I just do? A nice purple. Wow, that is a purple. Maybe everything's inverted too because of my thingy. This one, utility mode, will make this one like a cool pink? I don't know. Sure, why not? Okay, now we need a list of commands, and what we're basically going to do is match these up, okay? So, oh, you know what? Do we have... Here's what we need to do. Insert one, right? Say tap command. Because sometimes we can have holds. Oh, we'll need like a separate priority for both. Okay. Okay, fine. Oh, that's annoying. Why? Okay, fine. We'll just do it this way then. Insert one right. So then you can be priority as well. And then you can be hold command. And I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else. I don't want to do double taps because that's when it starts to get weird. Or sort of, we get double taps with the, what's it called? The hotkeys. But we'll figure that out. All right, y'all, this is where I need your help for sure, because I have to come up with like a list of things that we want to do. And that's tricky. So, okay, we need basic controls first, right? I need you to help me run through everything that we do in Skyrim, right? So we can start here just mapping what is the default control scheme, and then we can move things around if need be. So this one is activate. We've got between menu, we'll say menu, between menu. Whatever. X is, what is X by default? Oh yeah, that's a great idea, Lizzie. Hold on. There we go. My browser still takes me to the Ultimate Skyrim one. Is there, let's see. Gimme. Sheath unsheath, that's right. But it's you have to hold it down to unsheath, right? So X is just sheath regularly. Where is the, let's see, UI, is there controls, key bindings, there we go. Here we go. Perfect. Alright. Alright, we're gonna put this here, this there, get rid of you. Okay, X is unsheath, and then the hold is sheath, right? Y is jump. Got right trigger, use right hand, use left hand. These ones we know are going to be different, so we're going to leave those blank. We've got up as favorites. D-pad down is, what is ours? Nothing. Nothing right now. Left is toggle HUD. Oh no, we'll have this be vanilla. Okay, D-pad, what is down in vanilla? I think it's also favorites. Stupid. Left is hotkey 1. We got a D-pad right is hotkey 2. Ridiculous. Left stick move. Let's say move, I guess. Gotcha, thank you. Yeah, left bumper is sprint. This is power. Let's say use power. Power shout. Left stick click is sneak, right? Right stick move is move camera. Aim. Right stick click is camera switch, right? Like switch perspective. Oh, right stick is sneak. Really? Weird. I guess we switched that? What's left stick? Oh, it's sneak. Is left stick change the camera? How do you change the camera in default gamepad? I'll look it up. This has got to be like a, say, default Skyrim gamepad controls. Here we go. No. UESP. The real ones now. Okay, here we go. This is cute. Oh, they organize it by, that's interesting, by command. That's kind of counterintuitive to me. Okay, right, alright, I thought I was right about that. You. That's gonna be sneak. Right stick is move camera aim, and this one is change camera first, third, right? Start is pause menu, we'll call it. I mean, it's journal, etc. And back is wait. And spring. Okay. So these are basically the vanilla commands, right? So we're going to put them. Now, is there anything we're missing? Oh, yeah. Say hold command. Thank you for that. Say the hold command for right stick is zoom camera in, out. We're going to say left stick move. This is another jam. Oh, that's weird. What's up, Dragon Scale? Okay. So that's these commands. Are we missing anything? I guess we can go through here. Look, turn. Oh, that's a better way of putting it. Look, turn. Move. Auto move. I don't care about that at all. Or, you know what? Okay, we can put it over here. So here we're just going to be listing. Sneak. Ready weapon, sheath weapon, attack / right hand, power attack. Oh yeah, okay. Duh. Say power, whoops. Well, use your hand, power attack. Holding down right trigger, left trigger doesn't do anything besides block and, or a power, like, well, I guess block is just pressing the button. maybe. I just don't think auto run is that important, because here's the thing. The idea here is not necessarily to map every single control. Right now we want to list every single possible control so that we know what's important versus what is not. There are about 1 billion different things that I think would be more important than auto run off the top of my head. So that could be, I mean, we have a lot of input options here, so maybe we'll map it somewhere, but that would be about one of the last inputs that I would bother to map personally. Maybe actually it might be good to have for if we implement that mod that allows us to just kind of travel automatically, then it would be cool. So actually maybe I should bite my tongue and put a sock in it. Okay, so power attack, say power attack. Any other hold commands are missing? Block, left hand, dual cast. Can you? I wonder if there's a dual cast button mod. Is there? I'm gonna search for that. Dual cast button mod Skyrim SE. Dual casting, one click dual casting. Ooh. Oh, but it's an auto hotkey script. That's an interesting solution. Wow. Okay. This is NES. Okay, let's see about you. I find it difficult to dual cast by pressing left. That's a good point, actually. What is this? Oh, I've got notifications. Oh, Elden Equip update. Load more. Let's see. Gotcha. Oh, interesting. This was happening to me. I wonder why that was happening. Cool. Sick. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Bloody Tears. Original Bloody Tears. Do we go through all the... Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to get there. We're going to get to the mod buttons, right? Okay. I just want to make sure I've got all of the basics one. It's the tween menu, baby. Change view. Change view is a better way of putting that. Change view. Open journal, hotkeys, map, inventory, magic skill tree. So we have the tween menu covering those, but we'll add them. We just need anything that we don't have here. We'll say open inventory. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this. Menu, inventory, open menu inventory. I like kind of a, I forget what they call this in, what's it called? The date type where it goes from biggest to smallest or inverse instead of our crazy American way. Menu, say, spells, open menu, map. Is this Crash Bandicoot? It is. Holy crap. That's amazing. What else we got? What's the big one that I'm missing? Skills. Got, we're gonna call this then menu journal. Alright, cool. Mat skill tree. Rotate tilt map, quick save, quick load, blah 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 blah. Oh, quick saves and quick loads. That's it. See, this is why we check. I didn't even stop to think about that shit. Save. Quick load. We're just gonna get a holistic open console. Screenshot. Whatever, that's all fine. Lock target. Dragon. Oh, you can lock target as a dragon. To the newer version, whichever mod controls the delay. Oh, well, yes, in the next... That's a bug. It's Skyrim Unbound. Attack, land. I don't care about any of that. Okay, so I think that's everything, right? We haven't missed anything that I can think of? So then we'll take these. Right? We're gonna put them... Don't need you. And I'm gonna take you two. I only had weight twice. We got... Wait, what? What are you... Okay. 3. I'm gonna do this actually. 4. Whoops. You're killing me. I guess it cheats does not work like that. 6. Oopsie. Oh my god. 7. Ah, I entered the cell. Okay, so those are your hotkeys. You guys get out of here. Put this there. Get rid of you. I'm gonna take these ones and put them here. So there's your default. Whoops. Okay. Those are all the default commands, right? I'm not missing anything. And now, at least I don't think so. Let's go into our mod stuff. Key bindings. Open. Is that big enough for you guys to see? Let me, here. Let's do this. This will make it better. I can just roll edit over. Perfect. Okay, followers are probably gonna be a little bit different, so we're not gonna go there. Here's what we're gonna, alright. Say get block. Everything I can think of. Target, lock, switch targets. Grip groups are different. Show controls. We've got let's do these. Horse, wait, follow, horse inventory. Sit or sleep. I guess we can go into those. We'll just keep them for now. We'll say toggle formation. Nah, there's no way actually, because followers are getting a big change up. Sit or sleep. Toggle lantern. / refill. Wash. Fire. Forge. We'll say crafting. Breakdown. We'll say disassemble. Say choose difficulty, emote, journal. Say player journal. Player journal. Fucking mode. No, we are not using Gamepad++ as a base. We're going to be using the Steam Input API. Yeah, don't newer controllers have that kind of thing? I feel like a lot of them have little, like, pads here. Is this Ninja Gaiden? Let's find out. Oh, Spotify. This is... Yeah, I mean, I think so. Good catch. I'm totally gonna get myself demonetized for this. In fact, actually, I might go back to the Order of Ecclesia playlist just in case. What is this doing here? There we go. Because these ones I know are safe. Okay, camera mode. Follower stuff I'm skipping. For now. But I need something in there. Well, I need to kind of figure those out, to be honest. It's very likely that, well, we're trying to figure out what to do about followers. We're either going to see about moving back to Nethers, maybe using the Patreon link, or we're going to try and approximate the features with other more disparate mods. Alright, am I missing anything? Oh, night vision and heat vision, I suppose. But those are kind of weird. Having like a dedicated button for them, I mean. Chances are we'll utilize that for something else. Next, are you familiar with what the Steam Input API can do? Because you might be impressed. I think it can do everything Gamepad++ can do, and I love Gamepad++, but it's Papyrus based, so there's a distinct upper ceiling on responsiveness that does not apply to something like this. I was showing it off a little bit before. The idea is that you have, well, essentially 4 whole sets of layouts. One layout is standard, no modifier keys. The next one is holding left bumper. The next one is holding right bumper. And the next one will be holding both bumpers at the same time. In addition to those whole separate sets of layouts, we will also have access to radial menus that allow us to, you know, select a bunch of different stuff. And they work like actual radial menus too for a gamepad. They don't work like how, I mean, technically Easy Wheel works like a radial menu for mouse and keyboard. It works perfectly fine because you can use your mouse to select the part of the radial that you want. But it doesn't work that way for controllers, unfortunately. But this does. Yes, it is. Well, it's my take on Gamepad++'s functionality as implemented through the Steam Input API, we will say. And it's really crazy. I can do this now, right? No. Back. Library. Skyrim. Manage game. Controller configuration. So, let me just show this off real fast because we didn't get a chance to do this on stream. The amount of control that you have is absolutely fucking nuts. It is stupid. It is ridiculous how much control you have. I will show you what I mean. So here I set up these layers, right, so that they do all these different things. Let me give you an example of the level of granular control you have over, like, let's say a single input. We're just going to go to default. So we're going to go here. So this is button pad, you know, A, B, X, Y, standard. Well, I won't get ahead of myself with mode shifting. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's just go to A, right? So here's the layout for A. Now I can have A just do, you know, good old gamepad, just A, the way it normally does. Or I can have it be B, right? Or I can have it be X. Or I can have it be start. Or I can have it do one of the keyboard buttons, right? Or I can switch to multi-button. Why is this? Stop. I can switch to multi-button and have it do multiple things. Maybe I want A to press A and also right bracket. Now it does both. Maybe I want it to press A, right bracket, and left bracket at the same time. Now it does all 3. Maybe I want it to do all that stuff. Plus, I want it to shift into one of the action layers that I've created, right? Pretty cool. Maybe I want it to... What is this? I don't actually know. I don't know. Do something with the keyboard. You can do all this stuff. This one's like take a screenshot. This one's... Oh, that's why. It's doubling up because like it thinks it's a... Is it input mapper that's doing it? I thought that's what was happening earlier. Input mapper, where have you gone? No, what? Oh, input mapper crashed. Maybe that's why it's being weird. Either that or it's... Hold on. Did it crash? There it is. See... Yeah, it's doing the double thing. Multiple controllers detected. Leave me alone, input mapper. Or Steam. What do you think is happening here? Whatever. Doesn't matter for our purposes. Oh yeah, so that's only the beginning. So you can have it do all this crazy stuff, right? It's pretty wild. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna have it just be A. That's not what it's supposed to be, but that's okay. We're gonna have it be this screenshot, and then we're gonna have it be A. Reset the default, whatever. Just assume that it's fine. The visuals don't sometimes match up. So yeah, you have that level of control. Then what you can do is this. You can fuck around with the activators, right? So by default, you have a standard activator. When you press the button, regular press does the binding A button. I can make it a toggle. I can make it interruptible. That's like a Steam input API thing that I won't bother to explain. I can add a delay to when it fires. I can add a delay to when it ends. I can have it do specific haptics things, or cycle binding is kind of confusing. You can see it's like on cycle bindings will make this activator cycle through each of its binding in order blah, 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 blah. So you can have multiple bindings, right? Hold, repeat, turbo, repeat rate. So that's all like the basics. I can add activators so that, you know, this is essentially multi-button, right? Where it's a whole other set. But here's where the real power lies. These types of activations. I can have this be a regular, a double press, a long press, and if I do this, I can choose, you know, how long I need to hold it for. I can do a start press, which is like, you know, something will fire specifically when the button is first pressed, and the inverse, release press, so I can have something that only happens when you release the button. I use this for a lot of stuff that we do. Chorded press, the action only takes place when the button you're pressing matches up, or even doesn't have to be the button you're pressing, actually. The button you're pressing matches up with a different button that you choose. So there's just this crazy, crazy amount of ability here for you to do just fucking anything at all. I think this was set to off by default. Who even knows? I don't know. Ugh, that's really annoying. It's like Steam thinks I have two gamepads. I forget why this happens. It happens sometimes. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. But, oh, maybe if I do this. Nope, still happening. Whatever, doesn't matter. If I don't care. Yeah, so yes, that is the only downside to Steam Input API, is that you obviously have to be running it on Steam, so that's going to be a problem if we ever decide to support, you know, the GOG versions and those, which is probably unlikely, to be honest with you. Also, as of now, you need to... There's like some stuff that we'd have to have people do, right? Like, we don't have a way to auto-install the specific, like, configuration that I export. You have to go in there and do it yourself. Also, the Steam overlay needs to be enabled, this big picture nonsense. But it is very likely that that is going to change, the latter point, because of the... Like, if you've ever used a Steam Deck has what is essentially a much better, newer, more modern take on the Steam interface than, you know, big picture mode, which has always kind of been a little bit odd and continues to be. So those are the real downsides, but I think the upside is well worth it, and even if only just for the part where the inputs are so responsive. They just, it's like a level of responsiveness you just cannot get with Papyrus. You just can't do it. It's a tick-based language, to put it simply. It's also hella prone to lagging because it's not like multi-threaded, right? How's the mod running on Steam Deck? Well, it's actually running decently. Omni told me so. Right now, he's having an issue where what we use for the face gen on runtime. Face discoloration fix by Parapets does not work on the Steam Deck right now, so I'm gonna have to ship. I mean, honestly, we should ship the face gen anyway, just for like load times and things like that. It's annoying because then it'll make the overhead bigger, the file size, but you know, small price to pay. Here's what follower commands I think we're gonna need. Say followers attack, followers return to formation. What else is good for followers? Say followers recall. Probably there's gonna be, it's kind of the same. Right? Alright, now am I missing anything that we wish was on? Stop attacking each other. Oh, stop attacking. I thought you were saying that to someone in the chat. Lizzie. I am not using DS4 Windows. I really should. I've had a hard time getting it to work properly on my machine because it's weird, my computer. I think I got lanterns, right? Toggle lantern. Right now I use input mapper, which is kind of odd. If I go like this, is that gonna? I think it might just be Steam that's doing it, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's like, here. Oh, there it goes. See ya. Exit big picture. Slap Mercurio. That, well, I don't think maybe we'll have a separate button for that, but probably I'll just make it so that followers never attack each other. You can do that quite simply. Okay. Where's my, oops. Nope. This, what time is it? 2:03. Okay, I got about 10 minutes left. But this is the part that I kind of need you guys for most of all. Is just, okay, so this is the stuff that's mapped, right? Is there anything that's not mapped that we wish was mapped, right? Like something that's not on the current thing that you wish was assigned to like its own, excuse me, dedicated key? Or even an idea that you can come up with, if there's an idea that you have for a new mapping that's not necessarily like a power or an ability, but something you wish you were able to do, whether you're on the keyboard or the, oh, stances. I need stances in there. Say power stance, balance stance, was it focus stance, speed stance. That's important. Oh, I need the cyclers on there. Say cycle, left hand, wood. Cycle right hand, cycle powers, cycle items, and then there's a long press for some of these. Yes, we have target lock on here, right there, and switch targets. Switch lock targets, we'll make that specific. Yes, you really think, okay, so, I mean, more hotkeys is always nice for sure, Tor. But if you think about it this way, you have, so if you have 4 hotkeys that are always dedicated to, what's it called? The, gotcha next. Yeah, it would be. Here, let me make this, I'll zoom this in. Can I do that? Yeah, 150. How's this? Much better, hopefully, for mobile viewers. What if you were able to do this? What if you just took like your powers cycler, right? And then you had your 4 standard ones in there and just use those for like, you know, your auto scenario or your dedicated whatever, and then you'd have 8, right? You can put more on there too. Oh, that's, I gotta put that in. Okay, say return to first item. This is what I mean. So like you'll have quite a lot of flexibility, I'd say. And if are these buffs that you're talking about like I'm assuming, yeah, they must be hand cast spells. So you can put them on like left and right as well. You could really put them wherever you want. You could have your left hand exclusively for those, and then just, you know, have all the hotkeys dedicated to other ones, and then just double tap them if ever you need to, what's it called? Although probably you want to dual cast it. Well, you can cast them as powers, and you can just empower it, right? Say, first cycle. How do I put this? This is where you hold down the button, and it returns you to the first item in the cycle. First cycle item. There's got to be a less wordy way to put this. Return to, say, I'll say reset cycle. There you go. Reset cycle, left hand. Reset cycle, right hand. Reset cycle, powers. Reset cycle, items. Oh, we need edit cycles. That's a important one for Elden Ring, or for Elden Equip. There's no way you guys would know those ones. We got favorites. I'm trying to think like other menus. So the other thing is that like a lot of these. Always swapping out sets for different purposes. Right. So the idea here, at least, it would be hopefully that you could, what's it called? That you could, just have more stuff mapped, right? Like in general, so that you wouldn't have to do that as much. But I don't really, because you have access to all the hotkeys already, and you have access to the cyclers, but they don't work quite the same way as hotkeys. So what we need here is hotkey sets, which could be, does AH hotkeys allow you to do that? The problem, so it's like, equip sets contain weapons. Let's see here. Filter for hotkey group. So these are like, this is not quite a hotkey set the way that I'm thinking about it. It's like a set of things that you have equipped. Basically, it's like equip groups for Sky UI, except for more robust and set through the MCM. I'm gonna see if there's not a hotkey. Well, okay, let's see. I'm gonna type hotkey sets because that would be incredible. No, this is like an equip set. It's not quite the same. Because yeah, what you'd really want is you'd want a way to swap between different sets of hotkeys. Maybe, does categorize favorites menu let you do this? Because it has equip groups. Say, this has equip groups, but they're not quite like the same. I feel like they're more like standard equip groups, right? Yeah, fire magic, ice magic, hand-to-hand combat magic weapons. Yeah, those are like standard equip sets. This is a good song. Okay, well I'm gonna research this because that is something someone said that at the beginning of the stream. It might have been you. That would be rad. That would be super, super cool. So I will go looking for that. And beyond that, gotcha. I think that about covers everything. And if I come up with more, thank you guys for this too, because this is the part that I'm like, I know I'm not going to remember all this stuff myself. Yes, that would be amazing. Is anyone else having issues with the Discord server? Oh. Weird. Hopefully not. I don't think so. I think it seems to be working for me, but I don't know how to tell if it wouldn't be. It's loading everything. Could not say. God, I love this song. All right, well, that'll pretty much cover it for now, I would say. I really hope I can find that, because that would be rad. And I think it's like everything that I can think of from just gameplay. I'll keep thinking about it and keep working on this stuff. So yeah, hopefully this is as exciting to you. I imagine it's probably... I can't imagine it's as exciting to others as it is to me, just even because it's like I know what it is in my head, but you can't really use it yet. I don't think it'll be all that exciting until you kind of get it in your hands and you can see like what the difference that it makes. But, you know, hopefully it's interesting at the very least is maybe a better way to put it. And with that, I unfortunately got to call it early just because I have a lot to do, as you might imagine. Maybe I can do some suggestions. That'll be exciting. Unfortunately not, Lizzie. I can do here a couple. I can do them for the next stream. Let's go Trello. But I really do gotta go because we're having a party tomorrow and I have to get this room in tip-top shape before we're gonna have people in here. So I got a lot to do. Look at these user suggestions. So I gotta go through mine. Some of these are quite old. I have a lot in here. But I already know how I feel about most of them, so it's pretty good. Sure, good luck. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out per usual. If you... sorry, I'm reading this thing over here. If you have any questions for me, per usual, you know where to hit me up. I try to reply to everything that I can. And yeah, if you also think of anything, like for anyone who's watching this or anyone who's watching the VOD too, if you think of anything that I missed here, please feel free to reach out and let me know. Or if you have any ideas that we didn't think of on the stream, I would be very grateful for that. I'm just trying to, if I have everything comprehensively listed, it makes it a lot easier to design like a control scheme, right? So fingers crossed for that. It is hard for me to think of more stuff that we don't already have, barring like whole new mechanics, which sometimes does happen for something like, you know, stances. But I think this should about cover it. Maybe something like transformation related, like the vampire shit. But vampires really just use powers, and werewolves more or less the same. They don't really have like or I feel like the vampire form just uses, or like vampire lord form just uses existing buttons for like all the stuff it does. So unless we're gonna go with like a vampirism mod that adds hella new abilities. But I don't know, that's where, I mean, we'd have massive amounts of flexibility if I could find something that allows a hotkey set. That's pretty fucking wild. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. Thank you guys very much for hanging out per usual. I really do appreciate it. Here, let's get through one suggestion just to say we did. What is it? How about this? Dovahkiin's Vault, SSE. What do we got here? Small throw the world, restoring a relic, sketch your knowledge and save location away from innocent people. Ooh. Inaccessible clear skies. I like that. That's a cool... Oh, it's Eleonora. That probably means static items. Nice, Joe. Yes, of course. Thanks for hanging out. Wow, look at that. Those icicles. It's pretty cool. Huh. Yeah, it does look, it's like, this is the kind of thing that I would be like, okay, you would be able to unlock it after you've beaten like the main game, like that, you know, maybe there'd be something where they've the forces that you've kind of now ingratiated yourself with built this like for you, right? Premium is ridiculous. It's well worth it in my opinion. I was lucky in that I got it when you were still able to get, well, can you still get lifetime? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put on the, where's the Trello? Say, needs further assessment. I quite like the idea of a vault to protect these powerful items. And I think it makes sense for such a vault to be in a remote location that is also associated with a major main quest faction concerns. Say it's a bit. Oh, actually, here number one would be like, is it actually a vault in the sense that there are fail safes and conventions for access? Say it looks quite nice for such a remote. I'll say nice, fancy for remote outpost. Perhaps we could justify this by having it built to spec to the main quest or whatever. Okay, cool. New player homes. That's really all I put there. And maybe, I guess technically Whiterun hold. So it needs further. Look, we did one. No lifetime memberships, huh? I thought that was the case. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they offered it at all. And I'm glad you have gotten it. And, okay, just one more. One more. Water splash. Before. What am I looking for? What is... Oh, seams. Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay, now that I know what I'm looking for, that is not great. Okay, chill. Well, sick. Yeah. Approved. Easy. Easy peasy. This one would be, say, environment visuals, and I guess FX too. Bug fixes. Chill. Got it. Yeah, lifetime is gnarly for like any sort of software, so it is crazy that they had them. I am stoked that, yes, they are honoring them. That is a real bro move. All right, anyway, y'all, thank you very much for joining me on the stream. I really appreciate it. Next time on stream, as I stopped it, hopefully it was still fun to go over the controls and stuff with me. I'm sure it's not as fun for you guys as it is for me. So I think on the next stream, we'll do a bunch of these suggestions that I've got on the backlog, and maybe we'll do like a whole ass suggestion stream, because I am not going to have a ton of time to work on like gameplay features this next week. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of these, to be honest. So that's what we'll plan for. I really appreciate it. Again, if you have any ideas, anything we missed, please feel free to let me know or let someone on the team know. And thanks for hanging out. And let's go ahead and see who is streaming that we can raid. I've raided my boy Jupe the past 2 times, I want to say. What about Cheese? Y'all know Cheese? Cheese is a Mario 64 speedrunner. I believe he still has the world record in 70 star? 16 star? Who knows? Who can say? But Cheese is a fantastic runner. Great guy. I think I'm going to raid him. Let's do it. Check it out. Raid. Cheese. That's great that his handle is just straight Cheese. That's fucking rad. Yeah, when I saw they had the lifetime, I was like, ooh, you know I'm gonna spring for that. And it was only like $50, which I know is a lot of money, but for a lifetime subscription, like, dang. Cheers, Praxis. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll see you at the next time, alright? See you next time. I believe... Let me double check this real fast, actually. I'm gonna double check that I don't have anything crazy next week. Alright, I should be good. Cool. Alright, well, I'll be here at the same time next week. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week. Stay safe. We're gonna do this raid. Goodbye. Bye, everybody.